And leaders of the world's top 8 economies, known as the G8, will begin their two-day deliberations on a host of international issues tonight at Camp David in the American state of Maryland. Economic crisis in Europe tops the agenda of the summit, taking place at the initiative of the U.S. President Barack Obama. A spokesman of Obama said other issues on the agenda include concerns relating to nuclear programs of Iran and North Korea, besides the developments in Syria and Myanmar. Though no economic policy announcements are expected out of the G8 summit, President Obama is expected to urge European leaders to do the needful to end the economic crisis in Europe. Obama has an ally in the new French President François Hollande, as both of them agree on the need for creating jobs and investment-related jobs and a balance between spending cuts and growth. Observers said President Obama has an abiding interest in Europe's recovery, as the current crisis could hurt the U.S. economy, which could impact his election prospects. And moving on to other story now, this week, Facebook shares will start trading in New York. The social networking firm will officially update its status from private to public, a seismic event in technology and business world. It promises to be the most valuable stock market debut ever for a technology firm.
There are over 125 billion friendships.
It's a name everyone knows, Facebook. A company founded by Mark Zuckerberg in his Harvard dorm in 2004, and it sure is addictive.
I can't go without it. No, I'm addicted to it for sure. Yep.
I use Facebook about 2 or 3 times a day. I'm mostly on my phone. I'm pretty addicted to it, and I don't know if I could get by without it.
I spend near 2 hours per day. I communicate with my friends around any countries. I speak with my friends from Russia and my parents.
And now the company wants investors to like it when it goes public. It will be Silicon Valley's biggest initial public offering. The company plans to raise $16 billion US, and by that standards, its valuation is almost above $100 billion US. A valuation at this level make it worth more than many US corporate giants like Disney, Ford, Amazon and Kraft Foods. The site's most notable feature is that it is able to capitalize on the most basic human impulse to share things with friends and keep coming back.
It's tapping into something human and basic that people want to do and have tried to do with email and have tried to do with other services and haven't been able to do, and it's actually solved that problem, and I think that's why they're so successful.
The passionate addiction of its users is priceless, but some are concerned that Facebook has not yet figured out a way to make money from the increased number of users. Another concern, revenue growth from online advertising has slowed in recent months. The company itself has warned investors that mobile users may hurt its revenue.
Everyone loves Facebook because it's free. The big challenge for Facebook is that once it has shareholders, it's going to have to start generating serious revenue. And we've already seen a launch today of the service of trials in New Zealand for charging users to promote certain content on their Facebook profiles. So Facebook is experimenting. It's going to have to experiment on ways of getting money out of its users. It clearly has a deep level of engagement. Its users love it. There are ways you can calculate that it generates revenue, but on the valuations we're seeing, on the expectations people will have once they're investing in the company, that really has to be ramped up.
But Facebook will clearly have plenty of additional resources to pursue its priorities in the very near future. Its first priority may very well be learning how to make more money through its global network of friends. Sidhant Sibal's report, DD News, New Delhi.
And joining us now is our correspondent Sidhant Sibal to get you more on that story. Sidhant, now Facebook being listed on NASDAQ in itself a very different thing, something that was not expected till a while ago, but now the social networking site will be seen there on NASDAQ. What does this mean for FB, the Facebook and its owner, Mark Zuckerberg?
Well, Facebook has is going to update its status in a few hours time from private to a public company. It's a very big news for this just 8-year-old company. It has come a long way since Mark Zuckerberg's Harvard dorm to Wall Street. the valuation per share is kept at $38 per share, and making the overall valuation of this company at $100 billion. That is very big from when Google went public in 2004 at $23 billion. So that's a big thing for this just 8-year-old company.
Right, Sidhant, you spoke about the valuation. Now, a $16 billion valuation brings it quite close to the initial valuations of these corporate giants like Disney, Ford. But those are very profitable companies, profit-making ventures. Here is Facebook, a social networking site. Do you think it compares to these big giants in any way, especially when it comes to revenue generation?
Well, revenue is the big risk. The basic question is, how will this company generate its revenue? I'll tell you how Facebook works. For us, it might be a social networking site, but it's an advertising company. It's a media company. For Facebook, we are the product. When a company joins Facebook, it puts its adverts there, and if we click there, it is how Facebook generates its revenue. Now, Facebook's revenue last year was $1 billion, out of which 85% was from adverts, and the rest 15% were from third parties. Like you play a Farmville on Facebook, it is by a third party, a third company, Zynga. So Facebook gets 30% cut from Zynga's revenue. In future, chances can be if Zynga withdraws from Facebook, Facebook's revenue can fall. In the first quarter of 2012, Facebook's revenues from these adverts dropped by 12%. And the point is, these adverts in mobiles, they cannot be put. Facebook has itself, while filing for IPO in the regulatory body in US, said that mobile can be a big risk for Facebook, because there is no way Facebook can generate revenue through adverts in mobile, because itself the space in mobile is very small.
Right. Sidhant, also another thing that comes to my mind at this point is, since you spoke about those revenue options for Facebook, do you think these revenue options are good enough to generate investor interest, to attract more investors, because they need profits? That's clear.
Well, currently the whole big hype about this stock is because it's emotionally charged. It's just a hype stock. It will obviously, when it will debut in just few hours time, it will pop. But the question is, investor has to wait and watch when the price stabilization take place. Only then investor can think of looking into FB stock.
And talking about growth prospects, Sidhant, you talked about those possible modes of revenue generation, also the possibility of revenue falling if those gaming companies withdraw from Facebook. But do you think Facebook might just add some charges for people to register with them? Because I just heard one of the experts saying that Facebook is free.
Yes, the big thing is Facebook is free only till now. Probably when new investors, new stakeholders will come, they will obviously ask for more profits from this company, and this company might make some of these stuff in Facebook very costly. And there are other dangers also. Facebook is missing out on China. China is one of the biggest internet market in the world. Facebook has currently 901 million people on it, but almost compared to, this is a minefield of data, and still it's not cashing on it, and it's missing out on China. And there are new social networking sites such as Google Plus coming on. Google Plus gained 100 million people on its site just in 1 year, and Facebook took 4 years to get 100 million people.
Right, Sidhant. So we can only wish luck to Facebook and all the Facebook lovers. Thanks very much for joining us with all those updates from the newsroom. So Sidhant.